people talking
because
about?
Because they're cherry picking.
That's crazy, Adrian. What is going on?
They're cherry picking right now, and they hate to be called out on it. They're literally cherry picking.
Wait, you think somebody should be able to spread a deadly disease throughout a hospital?
That's not what the conversation is about.
You didn't say they had COVID. They're
not going to answer questions unless it supports their narrative.
For not getting the vaccine. It would be like, hey, I need open heart surgery. Did you get the COVID vaccine? No.
Well, they could be.
Wait a second.
They could be asymptomatic carriers.
Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up, please. Oh, this is crazy. Because for anybody to sit here and say that a nurse is not going to perform her duty because you're a Democrat or a Republican is so asinine. I don't even know what the hell you people are talking about. It's ridiculous. Adrian, hold on. Let me finish, man. Because that is so ridiculous. I'm not going back to COVID and what the rules were then. Who established those rules in the first place? That would be Donald Trump. So hold on. Please let me finish, Justin. Thank you. But this whole narrative, because some Democratic nurse went on Twitter and said she felt Charlie Kirk was a racist and she didn't give a shit that he died. She should lose her job? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, she should lose her job. I would be scared for my life if I found out, especially people that know me on social media, or let's say she hear in conversation, I'm talking to somebody.
She said more than that.
Room, and then I admit or say that I'm a Trump supporter or whatever. She could be just in my room, know about that, have a conversation with her friends, and just say, you know what, I'm not going to give him the drug that he needs. You know what, I'm going to just start to add more of this.
You know what, shut the fuck up. Because I don't believe in the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus or any other bullshit. These hypotheticals, okay? It's all
you
bullshit,
literally
man.
was giving people hypotheticals.
Adrian, hold on a second. But listen.
Question?
Listen. We have a few rules in this room, and there's not many. When I'm not speaking, please mute up. And one, my policy, okay? If she got fired for whatever if she said more than that, Bunny, fine. But what I'm saying here is there's other people that have said less than what you're going to say, and they've lost their livelihoods. I don't understand it because we want to play semantics and say, oh, she's a nurse and she's a Democrat, so I'm going to die in a hospital? Come on, we're better than that.
Because
JB,
that's not what happened. So she worked in a children's ward, and she said that Kirk's kids should have died as well. That's the problem. That becomes the conflict of interest. She openly stated that she thought.
So Bunny,
Bunny,
basically, you're saying freedom of speech is subjective. I'm just curious.
So here's the thing: employers can decide what they want their employees to do and or say on social media. These people sign contracts. Like even in the finance world, I know certain levels you're not allowed to have any social media whatsoever. So depending on the contracts that these people sign and what they're allowed to say and or do can affect their jobs directly. I, as an employer, am not required to hire somebody who's going to say things that are disparaging and go against my personal beliefs if it's my company. I don't have to come out of my wallet to pay for somebody that is going to say things that I don't agree with, and I made them sign a contract stating that they wouldn't go on social media or say public opinions in a certain manner. So in this instance, she directly called for death of children, and she worked in a children's ward. If you don't see the conflict of interest in that, I don't know what to tell you.
What I'd like to see is a link in the chat so I can see what you're talking about.
I was looking for it actually right before I came on. I'll try and find it. But here's the thing. So if she had, hold on one second. If she had just gone online and said, I don't care about Charlie Kirk and I don't see what the big fucking deal is, fine. Like, I would agree with you, but that line gets crossed when you say that someone's children, the children of a guy who just got killed, should also be dead or should have been killed as well. That's where, for me, definitely that's crossing the line. But yeah, I think anybody who just got fired because they're just like, oh, I don't like Charlie Kirk. Oh, I think Charlie Kirk is racist. Fine, that you can have your opinion. That's totally fine, whether it's informed or uninformed or whatever it is. But again, you cross that. It's like you can't yell fire in a movie theater.
Let me ask you a question.
Can't yell bomb in an airport.
If what you're saying is true, and I'm not saying it's not, I'll look at the link when you put it in the chat. If what you're saying is true, basically, how I'm interpreting it is that Freedom of speech is not free. Hate speech should be covered because we hear the most heinous things on this app. Just fucking go into Pepe's room and you'll hear the most heinous things. But that's okay. But this woman says one thing, she should lose her life. To me, it's hypocrisy. Not to anybody, not to you, Adrian, not to you, Bunny. To us as a society, it's hypocritical. You're right, Adrian. We are cherry picking.
I'm just
And JB, a lot of places have what they call morality clauses and ethics clauses. A lot of these people are being fired because they're violating these clauses that they signed when they got hired. What she just said right there is a morality issue. I would not feel comfortable with a nurse like that overseeing my child in a NICU or something when she's calling for the death of innocent children. No, hell no. Get your ass up out of this field. You deserve to have your child taken away from you. I don't trust you.
I don't know if she deserves to have a child taken away, but
I said job.
Oh,
baby.
job. I'm sorry. That's fine. Okay. Let me see the link and I'll look at it. But let me get to a new speaker. Hanson, how you doing, Hanson? Hanson,
Hey, yeah, hi. Hey, JB, how you doing? Good.
All right. Do you want to chime in?
Yeah. So,
yeah, cash in your pink ticket, by the way.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah, I will do. So I don't know why do we say that the free speech is under attack? I mean, or ending, and has free speech ended in America? I don't think so. The only thing that's kind of a remotely can be said is Charlie Kirk was assassinated because of his speech. His son is assassinated by an individual, possibly deranged or whatever, because of his speech, Charlie Kirk's speech, and he didn't like his speech and he killed him. But the thing is, the free speech is about a government not meddle in people's speeches, not cracking down, forbidding people's speeches, not about something else. So it's about preventing the government forbidding speeches and censoring people's speech. It is not about anything else. So I don't see anything in that realm occurring. So I don't see any the endangering free speech happening right now. And as for people having their jobs losing their jobs, it is up to the employer to make the decision. Employer can terminate his employees at any time at will, and unless you have signed a long-term contract, and then we have that stipulating how long a tenure you'll have, and what kind of violation you have to commit in order to terminate the contract. And most contracts are at will. So the employer, even if the employer doesn't like your face, he can fire you. So the look of you, he can fire you. So it has nothing to do with the freedom of speech.
Thank you, Hanson. I disagree with you 100%. But let me go to Certainty.
In what way?
Oh, hold on. I'll get back to you in a second. Certainty, how you doing? Because I skipped over him by accident. Certainty, how you doing, bro?
Read yourself.
Fantastic. My apologies. The mic is yours.
How you doing? Shit, I don't even know where to start. Y'all said so much. I think that free speech is definitely dead. The reason I say it's dead is, I think it's been on its deathbed and needing to be resuscitated from the beginning, because of this country. You can only be upheld by what you can prove, right? So there's plenty of folks who will lose a court case, right, and get the short end of the deal because they don't have proper representation, right? So regardless of any amendment, if you can't properly defend yourself, then what you say can be used against you. So yeah, I would say it's dead.
And can anyone in this room read the moral clause, the definition of a moral clause?
Make your point. What's the point?
I'll read it. Cool.
A moral clause is in an employment contract allows an employer to terminate an employee if their off-duty conduct or actions within the scope of employment are deemed detrimental to the company's reputation or violate established ethical standards.
You know, I didn't mention anything about employment.
People are out here.
Anything about employment, I only mentioned free speech.
So they are violating moral clauses that a lot of employers have in place for their employees. This is why a lot of these people are being fired. It has nothing to do with cancel culture.
Why did Jimmy Kimmel get fired?
Why did Jimmy Kimmel get fired? All right, a lot of people ain't going to believe this because they want to believe what they want to believe. A lot of people believe that Donald Trump had something to do with it. Wrong. For one, Jimmy Kimmel has been losing money, just like Colbert was doing, just like Joy Reid was doing, right? I think Seth Meyers is on his way out the door too, because late night TV talk shows, no one is paying attention to that I hate Donald Trump narrative any longer. That shit's been played out. They've been doing that shit for the last 10 years. People are tired of that shit. They've been losing money. So the network was already going to goddamn get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. It just so happened, hey, by the universe, this shit happened with Charlie Kirk. And instead of Jimmy Kimmel taking the high road, he goes out on his platform and still spouts misinformation about the shooter being MAGA. Even though all of this evidence that came out says otherwise. But he still went out there and did this shit. And the FEC got involved. And therefore, he lost his goddamn job. He was already on thin ice. This just pushed him.
Let me, Adrian, hold on. Let me get some clarity. What was that? The FTC's FCC? FCC. Is that a federal agency by any chance?
Yes, Federal Communications. Yes, that's what FCC stands for.
And you don't think Donald Trump made a call to that chairman and said, hey, let's make some moves here?
Jimmy Kimmel was already out the door.
You guys,
He was already on the
did you
door.
guys forget? Hold on. So ABC, did you guys forget they lost their defamation lawsuit that was brought forth by Trump? So they already have paid out millions of dollars of the debacle with George Stephanopoulos, whatever the fuck his name is. They already are like their shareholders, everything. They've already been penalized for defamation. The last thing they want is another lawsuit. They already lost the first one. I think they lost two actually, but I know definitely one. So yeah, ABC, they are going to scrutinize who says what down to the letter right now because they already lost a lawsuit. That's really what it boils down to. They lost money. They didn't win. So now they're going to make everybody cross their T's and dot their I's appropriately so they don't face another lawsuit. It's really that fucking simple.
Well, that's not the only thing too that's going on. There was also a merger that was supposed to happen between ABC and I think it's called Nexstar. Nexstar Tenga. They're like another major broadcasting company, and basically they said that when Jimmy Kimmel made the statement after that, they threatened, the FCC threatened and said to ABC that if they didn't clear it up, that they could make that contract go away. They could make the merger go away. So basically, Jimmy Kimmel is the sacrificial lamb in order to save that merger. That's really why this is happening, to be honest, in my opinion.
Nothing to do with free speech. It's just a convenient scapegoat for people saying they want to cherry pick. And I don't understand why
Trump is not involved, though. I can't say that.